Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Urban Debate. I'm Pratibha. Thank you for joining us this evening. Let's talk about what happened in the parliament. High drama, fierce clashes and a total political showdown in the Lok Sabha. The monsoon session witnessed its most explosive debate as the leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi launched a direct scathing attack on Union Home Minister Amit Shah during discussions on the anti-paper leak bill. Taking the floor, Rahul Gandhi targeted the centre over examination leaks and questioned the absence of the Home Minister from the Parliament, alleging that Amit Shah was dodging the House out of fear. But the real firestorm erupted when Rahul Gandhi linked the Home Minister directly to police action and the use of pellet guns against the protesting students, demanding who authorised force on the streets. And doubling down on his attack outside the parliament, the leader of opposition yet again alleged that if the Home Minister ordered the police action, then he is culpable. And if he wasn't aware, then he is incompetent. Either way, Rahul Gandhi insisted the Home Minister is answerable.
मैंने तो सिर्फ ये पूछा है कि दो ही ऑप्शंस हो सकते हैं. एक ऑप्शन की होम मिनिस्टर ने ऑर्डर दिया, दूसरा ऑप्शन की होम मिनिस्टर को मालूम नहीं था कि फायरिंग होगी. इन फर्स्ट केस ही इज कल्पेबल, इन सेकंड केस ही इज इनकॉम्पिटेंट. इट कैन ओनली बी वन ऑफ टू. तीसरा तो हो ही नहीं सकता. या होम मिनिस्टर को मालूम ही नहीं था कि गोली चल रही है, उसका मतलब है कि ही इज इनकॉम्पिटेंट. अदरवाइज ही ऑर्डर्ड इट, इन विच केस इज कल्पेबल. मैं यही बोल रहा हूँ.
Delhi Police Commissioner taking order from Home Ministry only. The Home Minister himself is responsible. That is why he is not coming to the house at all. One thing, if Rahul ji make that allegation, what is the way out? Home Minister has to come to the house and he has to explain. I am not ordered. Then why this happened? Police firing. He has to explain the house. Why he is running away from the house?
So similar statements had been made in the floor of the House as well, which were later expunged. In fact, there was also a lot of ruckus, after which Rahul Gandhi did not even complete his entire speech and the debate went on and the bill was passed. The Treasury benches exploded in protest, with the Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju hitting back hard after Rahul Gandhi made these allegations on the floor of the House, calling them completely baseless, illogical and a direct abuse of parliamentary privilege. Charging the leader of opposition with misleading the House without a shred of proof, the government is now demanding an unreserved apology, insisting that those remarks have to be ensured that they are not on the records. Listen into what happened.
बस राहुल जी को सम्मान देते हैं हम, इज्जत से हम फिर से कहना चाहते हैं, आपने अन पार्लियामेंट्री वर्ड का इस्तेमाल किया, इसलिए हमारे यहाँ लोग उत्तेजित हुए हैं. अपने आप में तो नहीं हुए. और आपको मालूम है ये अन पार्लियामेंट्री एक्सप्रेशंस तो हमने तो नहीं बनाया. ये जो यहाँ जितना शब्द लिखे हैं जो आप पार्लियामेंट में नहीं कह सकते हैं, ये नियम हमने नहीं बनाया. और इसके मुताबिक आपको अगर संसदीय मर्यादा को ध्यान में रखते हुए बात करना है तो हम लोग सब सुन रहे हैं, आपका भाषण सुन रहे हैं, लेकिन आपने बार बार जो शब्द इस्तेमाल किया तो हमने क्लैरिफाई किया. हम आपके भाषण को हम डिस्टर्ब नहीं करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन जो शब्द इस्तेमाल किया उसको आप कृपया इस्तेमाल ना करें, इतना ही है. हम तो सुनना चाहते हैं. मैं अनुरोध करता हूँ राहुल गांधी जी, आप अपना भाषण को कंटिन्यू कीजिए, आप अपना भाषण कंटिन्यू कीजिए, लेकिन वो शब्द इस्तेमाल मत कीजिए. मेरा इतना ही अनुरोध है.
सबसे पहली बात तो ये कि जब वो कहते हैं कि गृह मंत्री जी ने गोली चलाने का आदेश दिया और उसे ऑथेंटिकेट करने में नाकाम है, तो सबसे पहली बुनियादी बात कि कहीं भी गोली चलाने का आदेश कोई मंत्री नहीं देता, वो मैजिस्ट्रेट देता है, एसडीएम देता है, डीएम देता है. हम सब विधायक रहे हैं, सांसद रहे हैं, हमारे अनुभव में है. इसका अर्थ ये हुआ कि उन्हें सार्वजनिक जीवन का भी अनुभव में अभाव है.
बड़े दुख के साथ कहना पड़ रहा है कि राहुल गांधी ऐसे व्यक्तियों के लिए देश के प्रधानमंत्री, देश के गृह मंत्री के लिए इस प्रकार के शब्दों का प्रयोग आप कर रहे हैं, आपको माफी मांगनी ही पड़ेगी। विदाउट अपॉलॉजी वी विल ऑल्सो नॉट रेस्ट इन पीस। जब तक आप माफी नहीं मांगेंगे तब तक हम सत्य को जनता के सामने रखते रहेंगे।
So Rahul Gandhi's allegations in parliament have triggered a fresh debate, not just over the claims, but also over the rules that govern what can and cannot be said inside the house. Now, Rahul Gandhi has alleged that he was not allowed to speak and that the speaker stopped him while citing rules from the rule book on making allegations against a member of parliament. So the big question, was Rahul Gandhi actually violating parliamentary rules? Let's take a look at what the Lok Sabha rulebook says on making serious allegations, presenting proof, and the Speaker's powers during these proceedings. Because according to Rule 353, serious allegations require prior notice that the Speaker must be informed before making allegations. And Rule 349 also says that outside material must be authenticated. Unverified documents cannot be cited in the floor of the House. Another rule says proof can be demanded in the House and the Speaker can seek documents quoted by the members. These are the rules that govern the Parliament, and it has been made clear by the Speaker as well time and again. So who violated these rules and who trivialized this discussion? That's the question, because the Congress party says that Rahul Gandhi was not allowed to speak. The party was also upset. The bill has been passed, yes, but not without a lot of acrimony in the House. Let's open up this debate. Dr. Kaushal Kant Mishra, BJP spokesperson. We have Suzy Ben Shah, Shiv Sena spokesperson. Abbas Haider, Samajwadi Party spokesperson. Mahesh Chavan, NCP-SP spokesperson. And Imran Ahmed Ali, lawyer and political analyst, joining us on the broadcast. Thank you all for joining us. I'll begin with Mr. Imran Ali on the Parliament proceedings today, because Rahul Gandhi spoke, but there are objections that have been raised to multiple words that he used, the kind of words that were used in the floor of the House, from idiot to andhbhakt to then making allegations against the Home Minister, which the Congress party has not been able to authenticate. So did you think that the opposition trivialized the debate, or do you think Rahul Gandhi was making a point and he was not allowed to do so?
Pratibha ji, I'll divide my answer into two halves. And I'd start by saying that when a word isn't aimed at a member, yet it was the reason to derail debate, the problem was with the debate, not with the word. Let's go with the word idiot. Now, if we're discussing the word, and like we said, my using the word for the purpose of this debate, the word idiot, is not unparliamentary. However, if I call somebody on this panel an idiot, then you will say, Imranji, you are being unparliamentary. So that is my first answer. He did not call anybody on the floor. He did not call the opposition member. He called nobody an idiot. He referred to a conversation he had with a student. So who is trivializing it? That is the first part of my answer. The second, we say that an unverified document cannot, without that, there cannot be a basis of a debate in the parliament. The Constitution of India is not an unverified document. Article 239(3)(a) specifically states that the Delhi's legislature cannot legislate on three subjects: police, public order, and land. Today, the topic was the public order that had been, and the way students have been beaten up. None of us on the panel can say that pellet guns were not fired. None of us can say that public order was not violated. None of us can say that police did not act excessively. Now, if something is under the control of the Ministry of Home Affairs and the LG in Delhi, that particular provision is from the Constitution of India, is not the minister.
But to say that the Home Minister directly ordered the use of pellet guns, you're saying that...
I'm saying two things.
Okay.
I'm saying two things.
You're saying that the police comes under the Home Ministry, so he is responsible.
Dharmendra Pradhan was not the gentleman who leaked the paper, yet he had to resign being the Minister of Education. If something is under your control and the way the police has acted in excess, are you not the man responsible? Why did Dharmender Pradhan resign if he was not the one who
But that's
leaked
not
the
what Rahul
emails?
Gandhi said. That's not what Rahul Gandhi said. Rahul Gandhi very clearly said that it was the Home Minister who ordered for this. And that's the reason why the BJP raised an objection to it, saying very clearly that that has to be backed by evidence. But I take your point, and you mentioned Prahlad, my apologies, you also mentioned Dharmendra Pradhan. I'll come back to the point that Rahul Gandhi made on him as well. But for now, let's focus on whether the rules of parliament had been violated, which is why we saw this ruckus. Mr. Abbas said that we saw the parliament being disrupted for more than an entire week. And after a lot of negotiations and talks with the opposition is when we saw the debate finally take place. Was it also the opposition's responsibility to ensure that the House functions, that when a leader of opposition is speaking, he ensures that he is following the rules to ensure that this discussion or debate goes on as planned?
Well, a government who's confident of its action does not just hide behind outrage over a word. See, as my friend from the Congress party explained it quite well, the word has been taken out of context. That is one thing. The most important thing is the Bharatiya Janata Party government is trying to shy away with the core issue. When the people, when the common citizens, students, everybody from the opposition, every common citizen of the country is asking for accountability from the government, they are just not ready to give that accountability. The core question here is that the Delhi police functions under the Ministry of Home Affairs, and if excessive force out of proportionally has been used by police, on whose pretext, on whose order the force was used? Because in democracy, police does not function on anonymous order. So somebody must have been given the order to the police. And if you are you are putting all the responsibility blame on a constable who is on the street, that is totally irrational and irresponsible. So if the government says that it is not the Minister of Home Affairs, then who has given
But that's
the order?
not the point that Rahul Gandhi raised. Now let's try to differentiate, because there are multiple other opposition leaders who have also made this charge at the Home Minister, saying that because police excesses have taken place, the Home Minister should take accountability and resign.
No.
That's completely different from
No,
Rahul
just a
Gandhi
second.
making a point that it was the Home Minister who ordered it. Now, that is a statement that needs to be authenticated, because Parliament has rules. That's the point that is being made. See, opposition has been
Chandra.
making these allegations, but there's a difference between making an allegation outside the Parliament and inside the Parliament. Because inside the Parliament, it can't just be an allegation. It has to be backed up.
See, the Bharatiya Janata Party believes in a top-down approach, be it any decision of the party. Every decision inside the Bharatiya Janata Party, inside the government, is taken from the very top. There's a top-down approach. So why there isn't a top-down approach when it comes to accountability? That is a very valid question that the government must answer, because you want a scapegoat if anything is going awry, Otherwise, you are take credit for anything which is happening on the ground. So that is one thing. Second thing, see, the opposition has valid questions. The opposition has been trying to, focus on the core issue, which is very important. If we want debate simultaneously, debate on the paper leak, the examination issue, as well as the accountability, the excessive brutal use of police force, if we want simultaneous debate, what is wrong in that? We have been talking about the amendment of the 2024 bill. They are coming with the amendment to the 2024 bill. There is no new bill which is coming up, and we have very valid points. We have been talking about that the bill prescribe punishment for criminal, but is silent on the accountability of senior officials, the authorities whose by whose negligence these paper leaks happen. So there are many issues which we want to focus, which we want to talk about. But Bharatiya Janata Party, the treasury benches, is making a ruckus inside the house because they don't want this issue to be discussed.
Okay, let's get a response from the BJP. Dr. Kaushal Kant Mishra, it was the government that said we are ready for a debate. So why derail it?
First of all, today is Guru Purnima. So wishes to all my friends and whole country and all the youth on Guru Purnima day. And now come to the politics. Rahul Gandhi, the so-called leader of opposition, correct? The so-called leader of opposition, repeated proclaimed offender in Lok Sabha, every time, same skills, same style, every time. That is why I said he is a proclaimed repeated offender in Lok Sabha. And that is why I said the unfortunate, the so-called leader of opposition. And he act like a political clown, political joker every time. In Hindi, we say Rajnitik Bhand or Rajnitik Vidushat. Nothing more than that. It is not on this time. It is every time. Whenever Rahul Gandhi stand up in Lok Sabha, whole youth enjoys that session like we are going for some circus or anything.
Okay.
That is how Rahul Gandhi act every time in Lok Sabha.
Okay, so he has reduced the parliament to a stand-up comedy. Suzy Ben Shah, is that what it is? Because the Congress party says that he's the leader of opposition. He's making a point in the parliament. Why do the treasury benches always create ruckus when he's trying to speak up?
Pratibha, good evening and good evening to all my panelists and the nation at large. You see, it is an unwritten rule, and it is the government, each and every Indian looks up to Parliament as a temple of democracy, right? And you're supposed to maintain decorum, especially when you are discussing a topic as important as the future of this nation, the future of students. There should be a proper debate highlighting his views on the anti examination rules, right? Was any one sentence uttered by him as to whether he supports it or not? What are the amendments that he's proposing? Do you think that the penalties levied are strict? You want it stricter? Nothing on. Just brazen politicking. That is what the nation is watching. As a leader of the opposition, you are supposed to be a shadow prime minister. Is this the way a shadow prime minister behaves? Brazen, unauthenticated language, unbecoming of a leader of opposition. Forget Congress party. Congress party, as any case, have not one parliamentarian has spoken constructive about the bill. No proposals, no any debating point, nothing, just politicking. The same thing he went to Narendra Modi, the prime minister's house, and trying to say that he is the savior of the youth of the country, not believing and not accepting the fact that the youth of countries have already made that decision, and they are with the NDA, and they are with the Modi Sarkar. Now, having said that, I want to ask my friend from SP, NCP, and Imran Bhai, that was there any concrete proposals given by Rahul Gandhi? Does he not know, as supposedly working with the people in public life, that whenever a firing is ordered by the magistrates, the collector, district collector? Where is the question? And then to say, allege that it was ordered by him. Lies, Hippocratic lies, and you are trying to whip up and seek national sympathy. Trust me, the people are seeing through all this. Are you and calling people andhbhakts and also what, idiots?
Okay, Imran Ali is responding. Yes, Imran Ali.
Pratibha ji, the biggest thing why I like being on your debate is that you let us complete. Now, the thing is, the moment I said the word idiot, if you would have stopped me right there and then and said, Imran, you're using the word idiot and it is unparliamentary, you would have not understood the context in which I used it. Now, that is exactly what happened. Let us do. Let's talk about the problem. I was given the chance by the moderator, I think.
The point that I'm making is, Suzy Benji, I just want to mention that the point that Rahul Gandhi was making, and Kiran Rijiju also mentioned the very same thing, that in the garb of quoting another student, it was the member of parliament who was making these statements. It was the member of parliament who was making these statements in the floor of the house. So you can be quoting someone, but he is the leader of opposition who's making the statement in the house. And again, as the union minister said, there is a difference between making a statement or an allegation outside the parliament and inside the parliament. No one's stopping him from making these allegations outside.
Temple of democracy.
Okay.
People are watching you.
I come back to the unparliamentary language. The first, how I wish to respond is very clear. Mishra ji said that Rahul Gandhi is a political clown. He said he is a political joker. For the context of this debate, that is parliamentary incorrect, yes or no?
Okay, but it's the same with words like idiot and,
Yes.
it is the prerogative of the speaker on whether he wants to agree or not. It may not be an expletive or an abusive word, but it is the prerogative of the speaker on whether it should be used or not. But I'm sure you will agree that the parliament rules very clearly say that when you're making allegations against a member of parliament, it has to be backed up. Those are the rules by the parliament.
Okay, two responses to this. First, I will go back to what I was originally saying. Let us go back to the fact and say that, okay, and I've seen the entire speech in entirety, the entire 56 minutes of it. The moment the member of parliament, Rahul Gandhi, and I'm correcting Mishra ji and everyone else, I'm not a spokesperson for the Congress, I'm independent and I speak my own views.
Okay.
The moment Rahul Gandhi said that, okay, you have an objection to the word idiot, I will not use it and I will use a proxy word. The subsequent disruption on the same word shows the intention that you are not ready for a debate. You had a problem with the word. That leader of opposition says, I will not use it. And this is on record. I have watched it myself live. He says, I will use a proxy word for it. You still go ahead and you disrupt it. The entire nation is watching. Everybody knows. Any one of us, irrespective of our political inclinations, watch the debate. You will completely understand who disrupted and who did not disrupt.
Okay, Suzy Bensha, respond to that.
Imran Bhai, this is wishful thinking. The nation indeed is watching. It was you who disrupted the parliament for a week without allowing any debate discussion to go on. And again, I'm asking: are you for anti-leaking act or not? A central act. There is not a single answer to that. Do you want merit should prevail or not? Do you want such protests to happen, not to happen in the future? There is, for the last 35 years, government after government, state after state have witnessed paper leak. Now, don't you think there has to be a law which takes stricter action? Why there are no convictions? Because there are not a single law in place. So therefore, today the debate should have been constructive, giving your proposals, acting responsibly, suggesting to the government what should be the proposal. And the irony of the whole thing, the only MPs who gave proposal, constructive amendments were the MPs from the NDA. Dr. Shrikant Shinde, he himself is a doctor. He's gone through the NEET examination. He's gone through the hardship. He's gone through the rat race, and therefore there were suggestions.
Okay.
Instead of that, you are resorting to jingoism, rhetoric. What is this happening?
Okay, let me bring in Mr. Mahesh Devan. And Mr. Mahesh Devan, there is a very golden rule. Whenever there is an argument, one must know when to stop. Now, there have been protests. The opposition was backing these protests. The education minister resigned. The students were happy, went back. And now there are changes being brought in. Is this the time when the opposition should bask in the glory of the fact that they are bringing in the change? Allow the debate to happen. Make it constructive. Do you think the opposition heard?
Pratibha, who was it today that disrupted the debate? It was not the opposition, it was the BJP treasury benches, basically. See, what Rahul Gandhi said, and he has clarified also in his debate, that he has not used the word idiot against any other member of the parliament, right? And he said, because of that, it is not unparliamentary. Secondly, he mentioned 3 categories. First was students, second was idiot, and third was unbucks. If out of these 3 categories, to which BJP is trying to relate themselves to, if it's to the students category, then they should be happy and they should be proud. If they are relating it themselves to the second category, that is the word idiot, then they must be angry, and they were angry. Rahul Gandhi did not call them idiot, but BJP was angry. Why? Why are they relating themselves to that particular category or the third category? So basically, this is about the BJP. And firstly, we have to know this thing. There's Rahul Gandhi. Mr. Rahul Gandhi was quoting his conversation with a group of students, where they were saying that whatever it is, the Kiran Rijiju said that it was him and he was trying to pretend as if he had a conversation with the students group, whatever it is. But let's keep that aside.
But Rahul Gandhi was trying to quote the students, saying that students feel that the government was not listening to them, and according to the students, who doesn't listen to others are called idiots. This is what he was trying to maintain.
So the protesters say anything and everything out on the streets. Are you saying, or are you in support of such words also being replicated within the parliament by merely quoting these protesters?
If it, according to the rule book, if it was not used against any other member of the parliament, and if it was not unparliamentary, no point discussing that. Now on the debate, BJP spokesperson said so many things. So those words are not unparliamentary. They are, because
But that's precisely the point. There is a difference between what is said in the parliament and outside. That's the point we were making as well.
Okay, Pratibha.
Like, it's the same charge. And I'll tell you the same thing. Rahul Gandhi was outside the parliament. He said a very similar allegation. He made the same allegation against the home minister outside the parliament as well. Now, there are no rules about what is said outside the parliament. There are rules in the parliament. The truth is that the opposition is using a copy of the constitution every single time. So why are they not bound by rules? Because we've seen this before as well. Rahul Gandhi says he is not allowed to speak. But the treasury benches have responded time and again. There are certain rules, protocols that need to be followed in the parliament.
Okay, Pratibha, let me come to that. Now, if inside the parliament, if the BJP or treasury benches or the government feels that Mr. Rahul Gandhi has used an unparliamentary language, take an action against him. Who's stopping them? Take an action.
That is the action that was taken. His words were expunged.
Okay, no problem. So he has a right. Rahul Gandhi and Congress has a right to go and talk to the press and to the people of the
there is no problem in that, and that's precisely the point I'm making, Imran Ali. The point that we're making right from the beginning is that there is a difference between statements that are made in the parliament and outside. And is the leader of opposition taking a chance that, let me try saying it in the parliament, if it's expunged, then no problem, otherwise let's go ahead with it? Doesn't that trivialize the debate?
I don't think he was taking a chance. I think he was giving an example. And Susie, Ben, I would like just to try to tell you one thing. We both are lawyers. When we reproduce a transcript in a court of law, do we write XYZ, beep, XYZ? No, you write it in entirety. Now here he is quoting a third person. He is saying that there is a student who has said he has not used parliamentary language. Let me finish. I'll let you finish. Let me extend me the same courtesy. So my problem today is one. The same. So this is the problem with the BJP or a supporter. When you cannot answer on merit, when you can't answer on merit, you try to overshadow, and that's exactly what's happened in the parliament today. You say that what is constructive feedback that Rahul Gandhi gave, yet you don't let him finish his speech. My problem is these students who you suddenly stood up for are the same students Dharmendra Pradhan said was backed by Tukde Tukde gang. These are the same students you called anti-national. These are the same. This is the same Sonam Wangchuk you said was a Chinese agent, and then your union minister went and gave him a cup of soup. So the hypocrisy is evident.
Okay, but you know, even on the Congress's side, Rahul Gandhi said that Dharmendra Pradhan must resign. That was the demand of the opposition. Today in the floor of the House, Rahul Gandhi says Dharmendra Pradhan was not the one who was running the department at all. It was the RSS. So then why demand his resignation at all? We're coming to a close on this discussion, and I want to take closing thoughts from Ms. Suzi Shah, who wants to respond to Imran Ali. Imran, you made your point. We're running out of time. Let's get in a response from Suzi Benji.
Let us understand that your speech in the parliament, or what you speak in the parliament, is nothing less than a sworn affidavit in the court of law. Isn't it that you would agree? It is that sanctum sanctorium. Now, having said that, is it not duty bound for Rahul Gandhi to say which student, if at all he's relying on a speech by, or what was he referred to by a student, who was the student? When was it happened? He never even went to Jantar Mantar. He was trying to have his own political agenda and where did he go to Jantar Mantar? Which student he spoke to? So therefore, the nation is watching. Do not take us for granted. Do not feel that we are not going to see through his statement. Not a single constructive suggestions. Imran Bhai, you should be ashamed. He should be ashamed that this was the time for him to rise to the occasion, come up with concrete suggestion. He failed.
Very
And the
quickly, Imran, respond to that. Was it a lost opportunity? And I'll close with that.
language also.
With Suzy Ben, the only problem is that she sees only one side of the story. The problem, she compared it to a sworn affidavit. However, till today, in my experience in law, I have not seen a sworn
Was it a
affidavit.
lost opportunity? Let's come to that.
Absolutely not. The whole nation has seen how the opposition is not allowed to speak in parliament, not allowed to raise issues of students. These students have been thrashed, they have been fired at, and everybody, including me, will hold them accountable every time we vote.
Okay.
Because a student's life is as important as any one of ours, and a politician's life is not over a student's life. Student is tomorrow, and you be prepared for tomorrow now.
You're absolutely right. There should be accountability. The question was only on whether protocols of the parliament had been derailed and whether any of the opposition leaders were trying to trivialize the entire debate when it was about the future of students. That's all we have time for in this debate. So unfortunately, we'll have to leave it at that. But I can see just as a parliament, the debate will go on. The back and forth will continue to happen. Let's see what happens tomorrow in the parliament. Thank you all for joining us on the broadcast.